Did you get enough of Onyx and her new Joey yet? No? Me neither. So, even though this one's short, that Joey is the best. Now, all of my video on YouTube is totally free, and yet it wouldn't be possible without the support behind the scenes of my fantastic patrons and supporters. Check out the links in the description below if you'd like to see what perks you can get by becoming part of the family, including ad-free early releases and a personal shout out right here. Well, this is a few days after the last video that I showed of Onyx and her Joey, and I came along, and at first when I'm looking at Onyx, I've got these still photos, and this was all I was taking because it was like, oh, maybe Joey's back inside the pouch, and so I'm just snapping away. And even though I'm looking through the lens of my camera that's got the great zoom, I can't always see everything I can see later when I get onto the screen. So, can you see what I can see? You might have to look a bit closely until we get to here, when all of a sudden you realize, Joey is right there in her lap. And now Joey has peeked up, and over her arm, Joey's actually looking down at me. Oh, I tell you, there is nothing like an adult koala looking you in the eye, unless it's a new young Joey that's looking you in the eye. Oh. And I want to acknowledge the Witchable Wyable people of the Bundjalung Nation, on whose land I live, work and play. Now, if you can't afford to support me through something like Patreon, that's really perfectly okay. I love bringing you free content. But do make sure that you like, subscribe, leave comments, and even more so, tell all your friends, share my videos out. It will make a huge difference to YouTube. Thanks. Onyx is sitting in a pink bloodwood tree. You've heard me talk about pink bloodwoods, and look at that little nose peeking. You see that? Oh, it's so good. At Joey's there in her lap, and I can see Joey's ear right beside Onyx's nose, and then Joey's nose just above Onyx's wrist. Pink bloodwood trees, do you remember me talking about them before? They're not a koala eating tree most of the time. It's one of the funny trees because it falls into what we do class it as secondary food tree, but not all koalas will eat it. So it's not one of the really important secondary food trees like a flooded gum. Nearly any koala will get in and have a go at that. At the moment, there's not a lot of leaf on that tree, but there's a lot of twigs and things, and I actually had to work really hard to find this spot to be able to see through to her. And then I decided to try and just move a little bit to see if I could get a better shot of that beautiful Joey's head. And look, Joey's yawning. Oh, what a delight. If that was hard to see, just rewind and watch carefully. It's really annoying when there's twigs and sticks and leaves in the way of the koalas I want to see. Now, I just moved a tiny bit and shuffled my feet without particularly meaning to, and Joey heard me. You can see Joey's looking down at me like, what is that down there? Onyx is looking at me like, oh, there she is again. I'm really used to seeing her come around. So I'm actually standing on the ground at the moment, almost directly underneath Onyx and her Joey, just sort of probably a couple of meters forward from them, and then videoing up through a little tiny gap into the trees. And guess what? You've made it to the end of yet another Koala Gardens video. So would you take a moment to stop and write in the comments below, one more Joey peek. Thanks for watching. There'll be loads more great koala video coming your way very soon. Another way you can support is anytime you're looking for something that you would maybe go and buy online, use the link in the description below, pop over to Redbubble, and let's see if there's something that you want with a design of mine that you like that is just what you need. I bet there's a good chance you'll find it.